Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do the Bleach Power Scheme discussion. That's right. Once again, the Bleach Power Scheme discussion. We are going to go from the weakest to the strongest Bleach character. And people, you already know my opinion. If you don't know, Bankai Yamamoto, strongest character in Bleach. Stronger than Danga Ichigo and Ascended Aizen. I will restate my claim because the last time we did this, because see, this video should have came out a while ago. It really should have. However, I was doing things in that time frame because that's the way life works. However, the videos that kind of spurred this on were done like a few months ago. I believe in like September. It was a video from Young Money Jeezy, which I responded to with my own video response, and then Elite Ace did a video response to me. But then again, Young Money Jeezy's video started with the video response to one of my Bleach chapter reviews. I believe it was the Bleach chapter review where Yamamoto does the Zankai no Tachi West or the South. I forgot exactly which one it was, but it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to do for you guys is that you can look down in the description below, and I'm going to put the links to Young Money Jeezy's video, my video response to his video, and then Elite Ace's video response to my video. And again, these videos are fairly old, but you're going to see where I'm coming from because this is a video response to a video that's been done like at least, 3 months ago. So, whatever. Now, I want to start this off by simply saying that in my video response to Young Money Jeezy, I mentioned a lot of things here about Yamamoto and how his abilities supersede those of Danga Ichigo and Aizen. How Yamamoto probably has the greater speed. How he has this son of the fucking armor where you cannot physically touch him. Where Yamamoto has, again, he has the Zankai no Tachi South, which are these ash skeleton-like zombies, which not only assist them in defense, but also provide distractions, and also are offensive, not great in offense, but they're still there. Also, I'm talking about Zankai no Tachi East and North, where one swing and pretty much it's like game over. Regardless if you're Danga Ichigo, or fucking Aizen, or Yuha back, or whatever, man. Alright? Regardless. And I also talked about a lot of things about, like their his prowess in combat, just like all that stuff. So I'm not gonna really reiterate it a lot, but what I am gonna do is that I'm going to answer like 2 questions from it. Well, 2 things that the Elite Ace mentioned in his video that he did in September. And one of the things that he mentioned, all right, because the whole entire speed thing, again, when it comes to character speed, when you can't correlate one against the other, it's kind of hard to tell who is faster than who. Because, like, for example, we clearly see that Yororichi is slower than Soifon because Soifon beat her in speed during their confrontation during the Soul Society arc. However, we can't tell who's faster, Renji or Ikkaku, because they have never fought each other and they have never had a correlation in speed. So again, it's very hard to tell. I mean, as far as I'm seeing, when it comes to speed-wise, Yamamoto has, like, outpaced almost everybody that he's fought. Like, seriously. I mean, in situations that, required speed in a sense, he's beating everybody. Alright, I mean, again, we have 2 top-grade captains. We have Kyoraku, and then we have Ukitake, who were, doing the thing, running away from Yamamoto. Yamamoto was already there. He was, like, already fucking there. But then again, Yamamoto, throughout the course of the series that we see them fighting, he never really utilized speed. Like, even during his fight against Royce, who was posing as Yuha, Yamamoto had the option of speed, yet Yamamoto did not use speed. Yamamoto was actually very arrogant in that fight. He really was. Like, he was just standing there, armed with the sun, like on some badass shit. And, it was still cool as fuck, but still, he didn't really utilize his speed. And Elite Ace mentioned in his video that when I compare the speed of Yororichi to Yamamoto, because back then I wasn't sure who was faster. Now I'm almost like 100% sure because I looked on like sites and shit. Yeah, Yamamoto's faster than Yorichi. But the thing here is that he mentions how Aizen speed blitzed Yorichi, which was kind of true. It was kind of true because, in a sense, even though she was talking to Urahara, she was looking at Aizen, and then like the next second, like Aizen was like right next to her, like leaning down. But then she followed his movement, you know, she just simply turned her head. Aizen swung, she got flown back, but then she wasn't damaged. So I mean, like in a way, he is right. Like in a way, Aizen did quote unquote speed blitzer, but then again, it was kind of like she turned around. She was easily able to follow. But whatever. The main thing I want to talk about though, the main thing here is two things. Number one is Aizen touching Gin, and then Gin lost like a section of his arm. No. And the reason why he simply knows because Aizen didn't just like touch him and then It was more like Gin was reaching after Gin had performed his spear god thing, and then went through Aizen. He left a piece of that spear inside Aizen, and then kind of made like a hole in his chest. And right before, and so at that instant, when Aizen's leaning back and he's falling down, Gin reaches towards the Hyogoku, but then Aizen does like a palm swipe. It was literally like a palm swipe, and it was so powerful where it took off section of his arms. It wasn't like because Aizen was ascended, that he was ascended. So when he touched Gin, automatically his flesh deteriorated. No. In fact, the difference between the manga and the anime in this situation is that in the manga, Gin actually physically touches Aizen in order for the spear god, his Zanpakuto, Shinso, to create that hole in his chest. Where in the anime, he's close. He's very close, but he's not quite there. So there's a difference here. There's a clear difference here. So I mean, again, we see on several occasions where other characters have physically touched these ascended motherfuckers, and it's kind of like, the fuck. It's not like they cannot be touched. They can be touched. They can be touched. It's very easy to. But I just want to debunk that right now. No, Aizen did not just simply touch him and then that shit went away. It was more like a fucking palm thrust, and then the force of that palm thrust, when Aizen was falling down, knocked off some of the flesh of Gin. That's number one. Number two is the battle between spiritual pressures. Now, yes, okay, yes and no. Yes and no. And this, when it comes to Bleach, is very shaky. The whole entire spiritual pressure battle thing, very fucking shaky. Very shaky. Very shaky, very shaky. Now, what Elite Ace says in his video, it's very true. It's very true. Ichigo and Aizen, in their ascended forms, were so fucking powerful, where literally, no one could sense them except that they were on their level. That's true. Okay? Well, for the most part. I believe so. Now, the thing here is that he explains the whole entire battle between spiritual pressures, and how in the past we've seen this before, where, for example, when Ichigo first fought against Kenpachi, what happened? Ichigo swung, the shit did nothing, because Kenpachi had so much Reiatsu in comparison to Ichigo, where Ichigo couldn't damage him. Okay? And this has been shown a few times here and there, for example, once again, when Yami Ryudo was in his, when he was in his resurrection form, and then we see Chad and Rukia, they do their combination of the Soden no Shiaruki, whatever Zamato is, and then Chad's giant arm. They do a combo attack, but simply what happens here is that Yami powers up, and there's a big ass spike of Reishi, and then their attacks phase out, they whittle away. So it's happened on occasions, but at the same time, there are instances that negate this whole entire notion. And it's like, what the fuck? So again, it's very shaky. Like for example, right? I mean, people have mentioned the Rukia thing about Hontai, like Rukia and Arue, which is true, which actually is true, because technically there's no fucking way that she should be able to kill him, because his spiritual pressure was so much more than hers, yet it actually happened. But the one that catches my attention is fucking Hisagi. Hisagi Shuhei. It's kind of like, according to the way the logic, according to the logic, the supposed logic of Bleach, where if one spiritual pressure is so much stronger, their attacks mean shit. Like again with Kenpachi and Ichigo, then how the fuck did Hisagi kill Tosin in bug form? In bug form, mind you, okay? When Tosin was Reishi-wise at his most powerful, and Hisagi, and that was it. It was like, come on, like seriously, like even before that, with Findor Carius, whatever his name is, right? Granted, Findor Carius is only a fraction, but he supposedly had the same Reishi as a captain. Hisagi's a fucking vice captain. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna say that Hisagi doesn't have enough spiritual pressure to fight against a captain. I'm not gonna say that. But what I am gonna say is that if you take the fundamental concept of a vice captain and a captain, then technically the same shit should have happened with the way shit went down between Ichigo and Kenpachi. Ichigo at that time had the Reishi equal to that of a vice captain. Kenpachi said so. And when Ichigo swung against Kenpachi, what happened? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Nothing. So it wasn't until later when he sharpened his Reiatsu and, he did the whole entire thing where, he talked to Zangetsu. It wasn't until then where he was actually able to damage Kenpachi. But at the same time, again, Toshin in bug form had mountains more. Not only that, but not only was Toshin in bug form, but also Hisagi was wounded from fighting Aeon, whatever his name was, right? That weird motherfucker that those three chicks make. Yeah. So he was wounded, severely wounded. On top of that, he had to go up against, Tosin in bug form. So technically, when Hisagi did that shit, his sword should not have been able to pass through Tosin's skull, because Tosin has that much Reiatsu. Alright, that's number one. Number two is when Gin literally takes his freaking sword and that shit pierces Ascended Aizen. No, again, according to the logic, Gin does not. Nowhere even close. Gin does not have that much Reishi in comparison to Ascended Aizen in any form. Chrysalis, post-Chrysalis, first butterfly and second butterfly stages. And in this form, which was post-Chrysalis, Aizen still had a shit ton more Reishi than Gin. But yet what happens? Gin is not only is he able to pierce him with his spear god, but on top of that, what happens? He leaves a piece of his sword inside of him. Now again, according to the logic, if Aizen simply powered up, or not even powered up, because he's so fundamentally strong already, his poison shouldn't have meant shit. Just how Urahara's Kido didn't mean shit until Aizen's spiritual pressure went back down after he got hit with the Mugetsu. But what happens is apparently Gin was different. And bam, and then there's a hole in his fucking chest. Even though, again, according to the Bleach logic, which at least Ace mentioned, that shouldn't happen because Aizen has that much more Reishi in comparison to Gin. Now, the next example of this whole entire Reishi battle thing is something that caught my eye because according to the Reishi battle system, it makes no fucking sense. Now, you guys should remember when after Aizen had taken care of Urahara, Yoriichi, and Ishin, he walked over to Ichigo and Gin, told Gin to open the Sekai Gate. At that same time, the chrysalis stage begins to peel off, and then we see Aizen in his new post-chrysalis form, and then him and Gin walk through the Sekai Gate towards Karakura Town. Now, here's the thing. After Ishin wakes up and he runs towards Ichigo, Ichigo claims that he can sense the spiritual pressure of Aizen and states that we should not be able to fuck with that guy because he's too powerful. Now, here's the thing. The person at that time who was able to sense pre-chrysalis Aizen was basic wounded. Key. Basic, wounded, and mind-fucked basic Bankai Ichigo. Understand that. Once again, the person who sensed post-chrysalis Aizen was basic, wounded, mind-fucked Bankai Ichigo. It wasn't Dangai Ichigo. It was basic Ichigo. Basic. And you can't make the claim that Aizen brought that shit back down so Ichigo could sense his spiritual pressure, whereas in this situation Ishin couldn't, but Ichigo could. So that's a problem. Why is that? Because Bankai Ichigo is nowhere even close to the level of power that post-chrysalis Aizen could produce. Nowhere. But yet he was still able to fucking sense it. Okay? What does that mean? That means, simply put, that you do not need to be an ascended being in order to fight and sense the spiritual pressure of an ascended being. If you are, simply put, a strong motherfucker, and like a super duper strong motherfucker, and you are like let's say like a base hollow, or like a base hollow, not base hollow, like the hollow species, or a Quincy, or a Shinigami, a full brain, or whatever, you can still fight equal terms with Aizen. Aizen may be fucking ascended. He can be triple, quadruple, 10 times the ascended. I don't give a rat's ass, alright? All it simply means is that if Ichigo can sense him, and Ichigo is nowhere near that power level, then clearly it doesn't matter. It's simply put, it doesn't fucking matter. You being ascended and you not being able to sense the spiritual pressure doesn't mean shit. Why? Because once again, basic, wounded, mind-fucked Bankai Ichigo could sense post-chrysalis Aizen. No. Again, these are contradictions to the whole entire battle between spiritual powers. It's a whole entire contradiction. It's very strange. It's very weird. It's kind of set up, twisted, and whatever. I mean, that's why, even though what Ace was saying, it was true. It was very true. However, because sometimes a story can have inconsistencies within itself, you gotta go by the feats. You have to go by the fucking feats. It's always the fucking feats. If it's not the feats, correction, if there are no feats, then fuck it. It's that simple. If there are no feats, then fuck it. Then simply put, fuck it. Because feats are set in stone. Feats are set in stone, man. They're set in stone. When Ichigo went into Horned Hollow version, what happened? We see him make that big ass arrow and make a hole in Las Noches. That was a feat. That was a feat. Now, I'm not gonna say that Hollow Horned Ichigo has more spiritual pressure than freaking Yuha Ba, because I don't fucking know. I don't goddamn know. But we can see that he has damn good feats. Alright? Now, that being said, alright? The thing here is that now I'm going to give you guys the list. Now that I have addressed as to why I believe. Well, first of all, I debunked some of the stuff that was claimed. That's number one. Number two is that I once again reiterated that Yamamoto was the strongest character in Bleach shown thus far in his Bankai form. Key. Now, I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the strongest motherfucker in Bleach is going to be the Spirit King. No shit. No shit. Alright, now, that being said, the weakest to strongest characters in Bleach, alright? And this is the general oversense, meaning that I'm not going to mention every character. No, God, no. That would take me 50 minutes. No, not 2 hours. Shit, no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to simply do is that we're going to mention the general oversense and where their levels are, you know, in comparison to other characters, right? So, first of all, the weakest dude in Bleach, Koan-sama. I mean, obviously, man. Koan-sama, I mean, love the guy, love that motherfucker, but Koan-sama, he's weakest dude in Bleach. Easy, right? After that, base human level. For example, Keigo and most of Ichigo's classmates, right? Keigo, Arisawa, Arisawa, that one kid with the whatever. You guys get it, right? After that comes spiritually aware base human level. Actually, no, Keigo is spiritually aware, so never mind. Keigo, he gets bumped up. It's basically Ichigo's classmates, right? Basic humans, basic motherfuckers, right? Like guys walking down the street. After that comes spiritually aware base humans levels, which is like Don Kanoji, Karin, Tatsuki, like that. After that comes the Demi-Hollows, which, by the way, Demi-Hollows weren't even fucking shown in the series for like the longest, like the fucking longest, the fucking longest, alright? Demi-Hollows. After Demi-Hollows comes average hollows. Now, after average hollows come the Gillian, which are also known as the Menos Grande. After that come base Shinigami level, which base Shinigami level means fodder no-name motherfuckers, alright? Like the basic Shinigami you see in a fucking corner, you know, with like the big-ass spear, fucking, right? Whatever, right? After the base Shinigami level comes the Ajukas level, which is also known as the intermediate Great Hollow. Alright, like the Grand Fisher, for example, right? He's an Ajukas, I believe so. Okay. After Ajukas comes the Vandenreach soldiers, alright? Like the guys that invaded Society after Yamamoto's death, you know, so like those guys with like the mask on, so yeah. They are higher up on the food chain in comparison to the base Shinigami, because we see that when these guys were called in, they came in there and they were fucking Shinigami up. Fucking these dudes up, alright? Now, after that comes the Fullbringer level, to manipulate the souls that reside in physical matter, like Ruruka, Mo, Jackie, like that, alright? After Fullbringer level comes the Priveron Espada, alright? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yo, that one guy, I forgot his name, but I like him, right? You know, Nino! Yeah, I like him. I don't know. I like that dude, alright? He was cool. Alright, so after the Priveron Espada come the vice captain levels, like Iba, Matsumoto, Nano, including Chad, Rukia, and others on that level. So understand that, right? So I'm not gonna say who's stronger between Chad and Rukia, but they're around the same power level of vice captain. All right. Now after that, and again, because Uryu's weird guy, I don't know where Uryu fucking stands. All right. In fact, the people that I couldn't categorize at all were Yami Ryugo, because Yami, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this guy. I really don't. He's very strange. Yami Ryugo, Uryu. So after vice captain level comes base known current Ishida Uryu. Alright, one more time. Base known current Ishida Uryu. Alright? But I'll get into the whole entire Yami thing later on in the video. Alright? Now, after base known current Ishida Uryu comes a Ronkerer Gillian level. Now, there's a difference between Gillian and a Ronkerer Gillian. Like, for example, Gio Vega, Shaolong Kufang, Ile Forte. So, those guys, you know, like the guys that first invaded Karakura Town alongside with Gurimi Jo. So, a Ronkerer Gillian level. After a Ronkerer Gillian level come captain levels. Like, for example, Hitsugaya, Komaru, including Ginjo and Tsukishima, as well as Renji Ikkaku, and others around that same level, including like Hiri. All right, so they're around the same power level. All right, they're around the same power level. Right now, after this comes the Arrancar Ajukas level, which again around the same power level is going to be Grimjo, Noitara, including Byakuya, Kenpachi, Ichimaru Gin, and other superior captains, as well as pre-Arrancar Vasta Lorde Vizards like Hollow Masked Ichigo and others around that same general area. See, understand that, all right? All right, good. Now, after that, Stern Ritter level, like Asnot, Driscoll Mercy, Bambita, Buster Vine, na. Because see, like, what you have to understand here is that, for example, right, that guy's name, the vice captain of the first division, I forgot his name completely. I don't care. He had a Bankai. That puts him at captain level. But yeah, he got his ass rocked. He got his ass rocked by Driscoll Mercy. I mean, devastated. Fucking devastated. Not only that, but nah. He apparently beat Rose. I mean, we didn't see it because it was off screen, but he apparently beat Rose. Because Rose was wounded, and, like, when we see him, but like, he was good. Nana was actually able to try and help out Roids while fighting against Yamamoto, as did, Busby and whatever. So, once again, Stern Ritter level, like Asnot, Driscoll Bursty, Bambita, Buster Mine, na, maybe Kirige. I don't know, man. Kirige? Oppai? Stronger than Grimjo? Nah. Well, no. Well, pre-time skip Grimjo. The current Grimjo, because he's alive, the current Grimjo, his power level, no. Because we don't know. Haven't seen him yet, so we'll see in the future, right? Now, after the Stern Ritter level comes the Arrancar Vasta Lorde level. Stark, Bargain, Haribel. Easy, right? After that level, Horned, Hollow, Ichigo level. Like the Double Resurrection, oh my god. The Double Resurrection Ulquiorra, Base Aizen, Base Yamamoto, around the same general area, okay? Now, after that, his own category. Yuha back. Yuha back. I love that fucking name. Yuha back. Alright? And Yuha back. That's his own category, alright? Love that, man. Alright. After that comes the Royal Korkar Squad. Yeah, that's right. The Royal... Because I don't see the Royal Korkar Squad being on the same level as the Ascendant ones. I just don't. I mean... They could be. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, right? The Royal Korkar Squad. After that comes Ascended Being level, like, and this is gonna, this may be controversial, but fuck it, I don't care. Ascended Butterfly Aizen, alright? That's number 1. Post Danga Ichigo, that's number 2. There's a third one. Controversial, but fuck you, who cares? Lista still Uryu. Yeah, Lista Uryu, and the reason is very simple, right? The reason is very simple. Listen, alright. He shot a fucking hole. No, fuck that. Not only did he do that, he, with one arrow, cut Mairi's Bankai in half, bro, with one arrow. Ishida Uryu is only limited to how much spiritual particles he can absorb around him. Ishida Uryu, if he could sustain Lista Still form, he would be OP. He would be fucking OP, bro. He's powerful as shit, dude. He is powerful as shit. I have fucking never seen a captain be done in dirty like the way Uryu did Mairi. One arrow. Bam. And then hole through him. Bankai cut in half. And then the shit went a few kilometers that way. Well, no, not kilometers, but, a few meters, into the distance. So it was like, what the fuck? Yeah. If you want to disagree with me, go ahead, by all means, right? This is the way I see the whole entire order of the Bleach power scheme. And after that, at the fucking helm. You know, Yamamoto Bankai. Alright, I mean, again, alright, people want to say, because people are going to say that I should bump him down to Royal Core God Squad level. No, because the reason why is very simple, right? Yamamoto is probably, he took on Kyoraku and Ukitake by himself. Easy. That's 2 captains, alright? In Bankai, he's 10 times stronger. Guess what? If you want to do the math, well, fine, no. Let's do 5 times stronger, at least, right? If you want to do the math, 5 times 2, do the fucking math. That's 10 captains. He can literally take on 10 motherfucking captains if you want to. In Bankai. I'm just saying. At least. I'm just saying, man. I'm just fucking saying. If these, 5 Royal Core Squad members can, simply put, be totally combined stronger than the total combination of the Goten 13, Yamamoto, he's individually stronger than each of the members. That's what I believe, alright? Now, granted, this list only exists because of the current series right now. Like, this could easily change. I mean, you know what? It is going to change. It is going to change sometime in the future, right? Yamamoto's Bankai will not be the strongest thing shown thus far. Clearly, because there is Spirit King. Ichigo's going to get, like, another power up with the entire Quincy powers. I mean, Bankai has yet to go into complete holy form. So there's a lot of things that we need to see currently in Bleach. But as of right now, that's the way I see things. And I will reiterate it very quickly once again. Weakest guy in Bleach, Cone. After that, base human levels. After that, spiritually aware base humans. Then Demi-Hollow, average Hollow, Gillian, base Shinigami level, Jukas level, Vandern Reach soldiers, Vandern Reach soldiers, full bring level, Prevoron Espada, vice captain level, base known current Ishida Uryu, Arankor Gillian level, captain level, Arankor Jukas level, Stern Ritter level, Arankor Vasta Lorde level, Hollow Horn Ichigo level, Yuha Bach, Royal Core Guard Squad, and Ascended Being level after Royal Core Guard Squad, and then at the top of the helm, Bankai Yamamoto. Alright, I mean, again, if you want to say your claim, go ahead by all means, right? Go ahead, by all means. But I'm not going to go and break down the whole entire reason as to why. All I believe is that, and I said in the last video, which again, you can look down in the description, in the description below. But I said in the last video, and I'll say it again. Ichigo, post-Dangai Ichigo, and Ascended Aizen, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen thus far, the only thing they have guaranteed over Yamamoto is destructive capacity. Okay? When it comes to speed, you can make the claim that Yamamoto is equally as fast as Dangai Ichigo and Ascended Aizen. When it comes to abilities, Yamamoto, easy. He has the Kidos. Not only that, but he has the Zankai no Tachi, north, south, east, and west. And look, man, Elite, if you really believe that Ichigo can just swing through his Sun armor, fine. I don't see it fucking happening. Because again, the whole entire Reishi battle system is very shaky. It is super fucking shaky. Super shaky. Again, game with Aizen. Hisagi with Tosin. Ichigo with base Ichigo Bankai against a post-Chrysalis Aizen. Again, a very shaky shit going on with the whole entire Bleach power scale system. Again, according to the whole entire notion, there is no fucking way Ichigo in his base Bankai form should be able to sense someone like a pre-Chrysalis Aizen. Post-Chrysalis Aizen, alright? But back to Yamamoto. When it comes to range, I'll give it to Ichigo and Aizen. Because Yamamoto, I mean, he has the fire thing, but it's not really range right? But when it comes to an absolute skill, Zankai no Tachi North, I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't give a flying fuck who you are. And this is going to seem No, wait. I was gonna say something very fucking stupid. Stupid in the sense that if I were to say it, it would cause a lot of fucking issues. But simply put, it involved Zankai no Tachi North and let me say DBC. Let me leave it at that. Let me leave it at that. Don't start shit. Don't shut up. Shut the fuck up. All right. But you know, if you get hit by that shit, and granted, I don't know if it's a range attack or if it's a close range attack because it was drawn poorly. But still, like your body's like, it's gone, bro. Like I don't care for fucking Aizen, because again, if Gin can damage him in an ascended form, Yamamoto can easy. But yeah, I'm done. So King of Lightning, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.